Why did you have to get involved with the Wraithling King?
King Ephedran is not a Wraithling. It's just the name of his family.
But why does everybody believe that you bring bad luck?
I don't bring bad luck.
Come, perhaps that old woman over there knows the way to the Fairy Scholar. She can take us there in her wagon.
Wait, let me do the talking. You're very talented with the lute.
Why, thank you. It's the tune for a loved one.
A loved one?
But tell me, please, who are you? And why are you tiptoeing around my camp?
We come from Andergast, and we're travelling north to the Blood Barrier. This is Nuri, and I am Geron.
The Blood Barrier? What is your business there?
We're looking for a wise man. It's quite complicated. I can't explain the whole story.
That's okay. I'm not nosy. Just careful.
Greetings, Raven.
What dealings does the Raven have with you? You bringer of bad luck, Boron's envoy, you and your ilk. You have taken my loved one from me. Go away! Stay away from the messengers of Boron.
And who are you?
Oh yes, I am Isilda, the Carney bride, but I'm a widow now.
Where are you headed?
I'm on my way to Andergast. You might know that the Queen of Nostria is eagerly awaited. I want to perform my arts at the town fair there, but now I have a broken wheel on my trailer, and I am stuck.
What happened to your husband?
Oh, my dear Darian. He was a magnificent acrobat. I used to play the lute and sing while he was performing, but our act didn't earn us much of a living anymore. So he had the high rope set up higher than ever before.
You mean...
There were no last words, and no last wish I could foster in my heart.
That... I know how you...
Never mind.
We'd be much faster if we used the Carney's wagon, but... You'd better avoid Andergast, Isilda.
How do you reckon? I'm not going back.
All of Andergast is full of crows. They're hassling the citizens and no one can do anything about them.
That sounds adventurous.
The town fair has been cancelled.
So, it would be useless for me to go there. I guess you've told the truth so far, but I'm still not completely convinced.
The Raven. He came from the direction of Andergast. Perhaps he's a bad omen.
I don't want to have anything to do with this messenger of bad luck. I guess I'd better turn round, but my problem remains. As long as the wheel is broken, I'm stuck here.
You could take us with you, northward. It's much safer to travel in a group.
As long as the wheel is broken, I'm stuck here.
Suppose I fix the wheel for you.
Good luck with that. It's all splintered. You can come back if you want to warm yourself up.
Take a little rest. We still have a long way ahead of us.
How long?
I don't know. I never travelled very far. I hope everything will turn out all right.
Don't you worry. The Birdman will watch over us.
I don't trust this Raven worth a farthing.
I'm not talking about the Raven. I'm talking about the Birdman. He wears a colourful dress of plumes and is wrapped in stardust. And when he plays the flutes, our hearts break from the yearning for distant places. It's the song of freedom, Garen. You just have to listen. It's so beautiful.
Birdman? You mean Arvis, the patron god of adventurers?
Wherever we go, he'll watch over us.
So you can fix things with a spell, yes?
It's not good when things are broken, but that's all I can do. Bigger spells drain too much energy from me when I'm not in the fairyland. I'd perish like a small, insignificant little flame.
But repairing things is definitely an option.
Yes, that's easy. It's similar to your breaking talent, But instead of imagining things smashed apart, you have to imagine the shards reassembling. Just tell me what you want me to fix, but all the components have to be present. So if a jug is broken into 7 shards, you'd have to have all 7 pieces. And then you'd have to say, I wish. The I wish part is very important.
Nuri! Why do you trust the Raven?
He just wants to help us.
He doesn't have a reason to do that, and he keeps insulting me.
You're not making it easy to be nice to you. He is a good bird, and I believe he wants to prove that to himself by helping us. And you, Geron, will have to learn to trust someone. Not everyone is always against you.
I am a bird catcher. I'm not gonna trust a darn bird. What if the Birdman doesn't watch over us? What if something happens to us?
Stop it! You're making me all confused. I'm going to count the stars now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
By the gods, you can't mean that.
You should try for yourself. It will calm you down in a moment. 37.
There, you forgot one.
I like it much better like that.
Aren't you tired too?
Not one bit.
I'll have a further look around. Didn't you want to explore the surroundings, Raven?
It's late at night, and I'm not an owl, bonehead.
At least you could flutter around somewhere else for a change. You scared that old woman to death.
If that's what you want, I'm used to ingratitude.
I can't get into the trailer that way. Hey!
The truncated unicorn doesn't like Geron.
Unicorn?
No worries. My Ymra is as stoic as an oak.
Locked. Luckily, the axle is still intact. Just a moment. There's something lying there. All right. I wish... Hey! Really very funny.
A nice whale.
Oh, you can do magic?
Not much anymore.
Are you a druid's daughter?
No, I am Nuri Daranellavandra. Do you command magic?
Well, nothing like that. But I know a different kind of magic.
Really?
Darian and I were sometimes able to literally blind our audience. Watch out.
Whoa, such a beautiful bright light. But do you always use this white powder for your magic?
What powder?
And it doesn't hurt you to summon light? Does the powder lessen your pain?
I really don't know what you're talking about.
The wheel is back on the axle. Would you agree to give us a ride for a while now?
You have fixed the wagon, and by Travia, I can use a little company. Here are the keys to the trailer. I'll stay at the campfire a little while longer.
Let's go in. This was a nice day.
Oh yeah, Like hell it was. I won the oak leaf challenge.
What are we going to do next?
We'll sleep.
Look! This is the white powder the wrinkly woman used to summon the glistening white light. I saw her throwing it into the fire.
Don't touch that. Who knows what it is?
I'll sleep in the bed. You can have the rug.
Huh? What? What was that? That came from outside.
No, nobody was here.
She's lying.
Regrettable.
He who speaks lies shall hold his tongue.
Please, believe me. There's no one here besides me.
Oh yes, they are here.
She's trying to lead us up the garden path. She'll have to tell us where they are.
Please, I can't tell you anything else.
In that case, we can't leave her unscathed.
Will you go away?
Time flows fast in this world.
Lives are shortened all the time. They are here, and we will find them.
What's going on?
Two strange figures are looking for us. They don't know where we are yet, but they're threatening Isidar.
Oh no. We must help her.
I have to distract the creatures somehow, or chase them off. It's hollow. They'd only slow me down. I hope the powder does what it's supposed to. If I go out now, they'll find us.
She's trying to lead us up the garden path. She'll have to tell us where they are.
Please, I can't tell you anything else.
In that case, we can't leave her unscathed.
Will you go away?
Time flows fast in this world.
Lives are shortened all the time. They are here, and we will find them.
No, nobody was here.
She's lying.
Regrettable.
He who speaks lies shall hold his tongue.
Please, believe me. There's no one here besides me.
Oh yes, they are here.
With the powder in the head, I can easily hurl it into the fire, but I'll have to plug it first so the powder doesn't trickle out. I could seal the opening of the neck with the rag. Now nothing's trickling out anymore.
Hurry!
She's...
They are here.
No! Ah!
They killed her just like that. The creature is coming to the coach box. I have to get us out of here.
What happened to Isidar?
She's all right. She fled.
But her cry.
The creatures injured her, but then they let her go.
But
And then she ran off into the woods. Nuri, we have to go now. They'll kill us.
Geron!
Fex be with me. It didn't work. Make yourself useful for once. There, now quickly. How am I supposed to reach that? It's already loose. Go on, move! Stabbing.
Geron!
I'm working as fast as I can. I can do it, Nuri!
Geron!
I can do it!
Was it not fate that drove him forth? The seer had sought them out. For the moment, they had been able to escape, but the creatures would never stop chasing them. Who could help them now? When the seer's harp sounds, Andergast will perish, Gwynling said. And the fairy is the key. Geron had to find out more about these things. The fairy scholar was his only hope. He was right to let Nuri live. He was deeply convinced of that. Even his darkest dreams didn't reveal what woe this decision would soon befall his hometown. But would he have decided any differently had he known?
Are you really better now?
Stop asking all the time. I'm not staying in the wagon. I've been in there for days. And those pale men stopped chasing us a while ago.
All right, but we'll have to talk about your magic at some point.
Look! A human!
What am I doing here? Never again will the puppeteer tell this story, and that's my fault. Maybe I really am a bad luck charm. I'll just take it all. Listen. How are you doing?
I am sad that Isida is gone. I hope these terrors will come to an end soon.
That's why we're looking for the fairy scholar, to prevent worse things from happening. What kind of magic was that you saved us with?
That was the power of the moonlight. It is like fire to the sad fairies. It burns them.
What do you mean, sad fairies?
I felt that they once were just like me.
And now they are sad?
Sure. If fairies lose their command over magic, they don't die but get consumed by darkness instead. Then they're sad and will never be able to laugh again.
To me, they seemed like mean fiends who have Isida's blood on their hands.
They're sad nonetheless, believe me.
Your magic is fatal, even for you, isn't it? You almost got burned by it yourself.
I didn't want you to die.
Thank you, Nuri.
What are we going to do now?
Why do those mean fairies serve the seer?
You must have put a spell on them. And please stop talking about this subject. It's making me sad.
We need some gear before we can move on.
That's all right. I can do with a little rest.
Very well. Let's carry on later.
When will we move on?
I don't have the slightest idea where this red lake is. Besides, without any proper gear, we won't last 2 days in the blood barrier. Strange contraption.
The owner of the yard doesn't seem to be satisfied with a simple pull rope.
Strange contraption.
The owner of the yard doesn't seem to be satisfied with a simple pull rope.
Fits exactly.
Fire! Murder! The orcs are attacking! What are you lot still doing here? Scram before the black furs get here.
Seems like you've been fooled, Sir Dwarf. The boy has sounded the bell. There are no orcs attacking.
What? What's going on in your wooden head, boy? Sounds the alarm without good cause and forces an honest dwarf out of his warm and comfy chair. I can't believe it.
I just wanted to... You didn't answer the door, sir.
Well, forget it. But you can cut out the formal hogwash while we're at it. Who are you, anyway?
I am Geron of Andergast.
From Andergast? Just like this one there? Very well, then. My name is Gram, Grandoline's son. And this is Gram's open house.
Open house? Pfft.
What do you want, Geron of Andergast?
We need gear and provisions for our journey. That means a good length of rope, blankets, water...
Very well. That'll be 1 ducat, please.
What? That's much too expensive.
By Fex and Angrosh, what did you expect? Do you think this stuff grows under the rocks around here? Too expensive? I can't believe it.
But...
You can ask again as soon as you have some money.
We're looking for a wise man who is said to be in the blood barrier at the moment, near a red lake.
One of those weirdos, eh? I remember one of them coming through here. Wanted to buy all sorts of stuff from me. Lots of obscure rubbish.
Do you know exactly where I can find him?
Yes. I'll tell you if you can offer me something in exchange. You rub my back, I rub yours, understand?
There you have it, my boy. The dwarf is a cutthroat.
Will you bugger off and take care of your swine?
Where is the fairy scholar, pray tell?
Do you have anything nice to offer me in exchange? In that case, I have no idea where the chap is.
I'll sell you the horse and the trailer.
Nah, don't bother. I don't care much for hacks and what they drag around with them.
I'll leave you to it then.
Hey, keep your paws off my Jenner Creek blue shine beard dye. Do you think my beard gets groomed by air and darkness alone?
You'd better leave the stuff to this dandy boy. It's his most beloved possession.
Raven, after being a good scout for us these last few days, Nuri has asked me to be nicer to you.
What do you think? Will you be able to do that?
I'll try. How about you?
We'll see.
We were able to escape the Seer's creatures and have come a long way. Fate might smile on us favourably. Now we're back in charge.
Well. Fate. What do you think that is? Fate.
The will of the gods.
And you think you can bend the will of the gods to fit your agenda?
Every man follows his destiny. It's something the gods let us pursue.
What's your destiny, then?
At least it's not being a cursed bad luck charmer. I'm responsible for the pursuit of my own happiness.
Don't you fear the prophecy? What if your doom is inevitable?
My future hasn't been decided yet.
No one ever escapes from Satinav's boundless gaze.
Have you seen if those demons are still following us?
Didn't you shake them off?
I think I did. I could be wrong, though. They are mighty creatures of the Seer.
I didn't see anyone following us on my scouting flights.
Good.
But that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Don't start raining on my parade. Nuri thinks that the Seer's creatures were wicked fairies. How come he's got such a strong relation to fairies?
You're barking up the wrong tree.
Does he plan to make her a wicked fairy as well?
Possibly.
Tell me more about Satinav.
He's known by many names. The 13-horned, the irresistible, the helmsman of the barge of time. He once was a mighty magician, or even a demigod. The gods chained him to the barge of time because he tried to be the master over his own future.
They say the gods don't like people to determine their own fate.
Like Satinav, we mortals are chained to time.
In that case, I will have to break those chains. I'll have a further look around. I can't reach it. Wandberries. Their bitter blue juice has healing properties. Hail Rondra, Sir Knight. Could you kindly tell us where we are?
This is the Thash mountain range.
Thash. So the blood barrier is not far off.
It is but a short distance for a travelling knight. For a farm boy and a maiden, it might prove quite a journey.
I am no farmer.
My maiden, you should seek protection from a proper man in these dangerous surroundings.
What kind of a man?
I am Bogomil Rathling, Knight of Andergast. At your service, fair maiden.
I am Nuri. This is my friend Geron.
Nuri it is. What an extraordinary name.
What business does a knight of Andergast have in the Thash Mountains?
The king put me in charge of observing the orc tribes of the Blood Barrier.
You have travelled through the blood barrier?
Of course, but now I have to return to Andergast. There has been some unrest amongst the Tolokai. I have to report to King Eferdan immediately.
We need some gear. A rope, blankets, provisions, everything that can be of use.
Usually you can get those things from Graham, but the old pighead hides in his house and doesn't make a sound. I wouldn't trust that cutthroat anyway. Do you hear that, Graham? You are a cutthroat.
Did you run into an explorer in the blood barrier, near a red lake?
Red Lake? No, but if he came from the south, he must have been through here.
Why does this Graham hide anyway?
The stupid ox won't admit that I am right.
Right?
Right. He refuses to pay the dues he owes me.
What dues?
He's responsible for the death of my horse. Gave him spoiled fodder, so he died miserably. I'm in a hurry, but by foot alone I won't get far.
Why don't you buy this horse and carriage from us?
What use is a carney's trailer to me? But you can leave me your hack. What are you asking for it?
I'm not really sure.
Make up your mind about the price. Then I'll tell you mine.
I'll sell you the horse for 1 ducat.
That old nag isn't worth more than half a ducat. And that would be the deal of your life, my boy. So do we have a deal?
No, we need 1 ducat.
Well, my offer still stands.
I guess we'll have to move on without any gear, Nuri.
But I thought we couldn't go on without.
To venture into the blood barrier with insufficient means, that would be foolish.
But we don't have any money, and you refuse to give us enough for the horse.
Bah!
The knight is right. We can't proceed further into the wild with nothing in our bags. I guess we're stranded for now.
No problem. I like it here. What are those trees over there?
If you feel all right, my girl, everything is just fine. But I can't stand to see fair maidens suffer.
I guess I'll have to look the other way then.
If we don't move along soon, the dark creatures will catch up with us.
I didn't think they were very dark. They were mainly sad.
They killed Isidore, and they almost got us too.
I thought they were a little bit like me.
No, I'm sure they weren't. I wonder what your friends at home are doing at the moment.
Why?
Well, they're all alone now, and they surely miss you.
All alone? Miss Greenbald, we have to go back and fetch them.
No, we can't go back now. Do you want to run directly into the creature's claws? We have to find the fairy scholar. He will help us, and then we can fetch Mrs. Greenbald and the rest.
Miss Greenbald?
Don't you want to help Nuri, good Sir Knight Rathling?
Oh my.
What's wrong with her?
She's sad that we can't go on.
What can I do for you, Nuri?
Miss Greenbald.
How can I help?
Please help us out with 1 ducat, good Sir Knight. Half a ducat for the horse and half a ducat to make Nuri smile again.
I think you've got me, my boy. No gold in the world is spent in vain if it makes beauty smile again. Here you go.
I thank you, good night.
So we can travel soon?
Yes,
And Miss Greenbelt won't have to wait much longer.
Yes, that's the spirit, my girl. Say, don't you want to stay with me after all?
not on your life.
What do you want?
What kind of argument do you and the knight have anyway?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The knight says you poisoned his horse.
Why, that's what he did.
Shut your face, Raffling!
Bah!
So the knight is lying.
Listen, human. I don't think this is any of your business, so...
All right, all right. Here's the money for the gear.
Wonderful! Here's your stuff. It's exceptional quality. Good value, too.
I sure hope so, dwarf.
I'll give you some advice for free. When you go into the blood barrier, you'd better not burden yourself with too much stuff. You'll feel every ounce in your bones up in the mountains.
Yes, I know that. I'll leave you to it then.
What? No! By Angrosh and all the beard critters, my beautiful Jenner Creek Blueshine beard dye. Who did that?
Perhaps Angrosh himself has punished you for your vanity, Sir Dwarf.
What will my beard have to say to that?
Doesn't work. I've got enough pitch black hair. An elixir against fading hair. Twirly moustache guy in the picture must have had a sip too much of it. I've got enough Raven? Do you see the flower box at the dwarf's house up there?
I see him.
There are wandberries in there. Can you fly up there and get me some?
Do you need a healing remedy? Are you injured?
It's just a scratch. It will be all right with a couple of wandberries.
I didn't notice before.
I didn't want to upset Nuri, that's all.
All right then.
Maybe I can mix my own blue beard tonic. I'll have to squeeze the berries somehow. Now all I have to do is squeeze the berries. How do I fill it? Good old Garatian Bluebeard dye. Can you make use of this Garatian beard tonic? I'll give it to you for some information.
Let's see it. Garetian? I guess this will have to make do until I can get my hands on the real stuff again. So, what do you want to know?
Where exactly has the scholar gone?
He babbled something about a cave to the north of a big orc statue, near a red lake. He couldn't wait to get there. His imp had made a mess of my whole shop.
When did the fairy scholar pass through here?
That must have been a month ago. Wanted to stay the winter in the blood barrier. I called him crazy. All his imp had for me was a dirty laugh.
How do we get to this cave?
First you travel north, through the Screech Owl Forest, or better yet, past Bloodthorn Hollow. Oh, never mind. I'll show you on the map.
What is an imp doing with a fairy scholar?
How the hell should I know? That was an unholy, uninhibited, nasty little imp. Ugly and mean. My shop still reeks of his foul mouth.
Why, thank you, Master Dwarf. Come on, Nuri. Let's move on.
Come along, Raven.
The Blood Barrier. Most impassable of all mountain ranges. What in the name of all 12 gods had made the fairy scholar come here? There wasn't a single danger that didn't lurk here. Into what kind of barren land had he brought Nuri? The orcs called these mountains Gravish's Claws. And of all the Black Furs, the most horrible tribe called this its home. They took their captured prisoners to the caves of Orakar and hunted them to death. That's what was said of the bloodthirsty Zolochai. And the path led straight through their camp.
Shh! Nuri! Come over here into the shadows. They can't see us here. That's a whole camp of orcs. If they find us, we're dead.
Raven!
Go on, report. And craw a little less loudly, if you will.
The Red Lake is behind this ridge, but the orcs are everywhere. They are here to perform a ritual. It will take days for them to finish it and leave.
No Red Lake, then?
Nonsense. We haven't journeyed through the blood barrier for days just to turn back now.
You want to save the fairy, yet you risk her death. I thought Nuri could trust you. But you're doing exactly what Gwynling asked you to.
Don't worry, Raven. Garen knows exactly what to do. Don't you, Garen?
Of course I do. I'll get you to the fairy scholar in one piece. This can't be true. The orcs will rip us apart.
You'd better hurry.
I never meant to rummage through the rubbish of some orcs. And to top it off, the effort didn't even yield anything. The pony is shivering under its matted mane. I'll relieve you of that. It looks so neglected. I can't reach it. Plus, the orcs would detect me. Perhaps he's looking for his lower jaw. I won't get it down this way either. Too obvious. Maybe. No. Why on earth should I do that? The rock is bleeding colour. Nuri!
They're fighting about who Tyrak will crush like a maggot.
What? Don't worry, Nuri. I'll protect you.
I miss my forest and all the life within it.
We'll be with the fairy scholar soon and all will be fine.
That sounds so beautiful.
I just have to get rid of the orcs.
You still have me, Nuri.
Do you have any idea how we can get past the orcs?
We turn around and look for a safer passage.
Nuri!
I'm counting on you alone.
Please, Nuri, let us get away from here.
Don't worry, Raven. I'll protect you.
All right, here's a suggestion. We'll give ourselves up to the orcs. Maybe they'll be open to negotiation.
Negotiate with orcs? Pfft, what kind of greenhorn are you?
All I hear them saying is blood.
I'm sorry, but I've run out of ideas.
And that's why we should leave right now.
Don't be hard on yourself, Garen. Maybe those fighting orcs over there will tell us something.
You understand what the Black Furs are talking about?
Those two don't like each other. And the third one is always laughing.
Anything important that could help us?
Wait a minute.
Ushai Orkash, Droshak, Schnach Tairach, Groch Roik Hakus, Go Israk, Taika Kare.
It's a story with a lot of names in it.
I don't think stories will get us any further ahead.
They're talking about blood and guts a lot.
Are they exchanging recipes or what?
They are fighting about who Tyrak will crush like a maggot.
And which of them is Tyrak?
That's their blood god.
The big loud one is impatient. He's eager to receive a sign from Tyrak. Otherwise he'll start the dance himself.
So they're waiting for a sign. Interesting. Let's listen in on the orcs some more.
Okay.
Araikagroch, Sarbroch Uglar Ho, Horkash Drotzairach Ogra.
Seems to be quite entertaining.
They laugh about a human's bone.
Disgusting. I hope they aren't cooking the fairy scholar.
No. The bone is really tiny.
Who knows what size those fairy scholars are?
The big loud orc is more interested in ogre excrement.
Great. I always wondered what orcs talk about.
Will this be of any use to us?
We give them ogre excrement for a present and they'll let us pass in exchange.
If only life were that easy.
Let's listen in on the orcs some more.
Okay.
Trokor Harkulzach. Korka Harkulzach. Groch Jurahir. Knack Tairach. Taika Jorn Barak Baruk Sharas Tor Aikar
Again, there are many names. A certain Aikar.
The Aikar is the chieftain of all orcs.
They're waiting for their supreme orc. Just what we need.
No. They've been waiting for a judgment from their god for days.
And then?
And blood shall flow. Or they're waiting for blood?
Are you sure you're getting this right, Nuri?
Their god wants blood, the orcs want blood. But no one seems to have it.
We could offer Master Raven here.
Keep on joking, my boy.
Now they're just running in circles. They're not saying anything new.
I'll deal with this. All will be fine. Say, do you see that jawbone at the pole?
Yes.
You'll have to fetch it for me.
Why me?
You're a bird. Flutter, flutter.
I'm not a common scavenger crow.
Come on, I need it.
And just what makes you think you have command over me?
Nuri!
Why don't you do what he wants?
Oh well, humans.
Trokor Harkulzach. Korka Harkulzach. Groch Jurahir. Knack Tairach. Taika Jorn Barak Baruk Sharas.
The raven hardly caught the orc's attention. A throw hook?
Say,
I'm sorry I was cross with you again. I know you only mean the best with your warnings, but we have to reach that explorer at the Red Lake.
Apology accepted.
Didn't you want to say something too?
Yes.
Yes?
Don't make our situation any worse.
We'll deal with them, won't we?
There are dozens of them. You don't even have a sword.
Raven, you distract them. And Nuri? Do you know how to perform a death spell?
No,
A sleeping spell?
no.
We'll deal with them anyway. Is there a different way?
There is a good lane to fly through over there.
I meant for the three of us.
No, I'm sorry. The only way is through the Orcs' camp.
Can't you fly us over there? Oh, nothing. Is this a human skull? Oh, great. Now it sounds loud and hollow if I knock against the skull cap.
Ugramomoch, Tairach Takai, Ugramomoch, Tarakwash, Krutzmoch Turk, Mokrach, Ochmoknach, Takai, Karka, Takai, Karka, Takai, Karka, Takai, Karka. Oh! Asek Aslasa, Ukna Knaka, Eike, Maragokash. Irhak, Takai, Takai, Karka, Takai, Takai, Karka, Takai, Takai, Karka. Ach, Hobrak.
Reeks of horrible weeds. This constant dripping makes me go mad, but I'm used to that from my room in Andergast. Sure, the drummer is busy, but it's still safer when he's not there. Yes, but I don't want to take a risk so long as the orc is still sitting there. I guess I could try to bludgeon him from behind, but the shaman would surely notice. He's dancing to the rhythm of a drum. Perhaps that's his way of contacting his god. I hope it never comes alive in flesh and blood. Always let a sleeping dog lie. That goes twice for a dog like this. This mongrel is in the way. If he wakes up, all will be lost. The stone colours the water blood red instantly. Let's see.
Torog ay marka, Kushach Raigaroy, Urkmol. Ocha Kedruba, Kedrak noch, Knach Tairach. Zogach Guroch recht Tairach. Rika Zolachai, Horok Sharas Brakarai, Ar Aikar Barzorak, Ro Yarkach Kesara. Juroch Dura Gorshoy, Tor Tairach Yusha Obrach, Dusum Draza. Raiko Knach, Takai, Karka, Takai, Karka, Takai, Karka, Takai, Karka.
There we go. I can't reach the water from here. Up close, it isn't even half as scary. The tree is too high up. I can't reach it without any gear. The horn could catch the water like a funnel. The stone fits perfectly into the horn. The stone colours the water blood red instantly, but no one is likely to see that from afar. The stone colours, but no one... That's no help at all. Now the Colossus is spilling blood.
Maro! Oh, Taika! Kno Taika! Knach Taika! Inroch Taika! Mor Atseki! Mor Kur Knach! Uza! Ok! Maruko Kasrotak! Tairach! Rak Aikor! Ki Ushka Taika! Hortaka! Halku Sharas Brakarai! Halku Aika! Brazorak! Taika Garach! Solochai! Solochai! Aikata! Aikata!
This mongrel is in the way. I should find some food for him. There!
Can we reach the Red Lake at last?
Follow me without attracting attention.
You're not the kind to give up easily, are you?
Yes, that's me.
The Red Lake!
No explorer to be seen anywhere.
Maybe there. Hello?
Not so loud, the orcs.
And who might you be, young'uns?
What? One piece should suffice. Even when there was still something in there, it wouldn't have been meat. A small Orcan bulldog.
Really?
Why, yes. And that's how, after 700 winters of loneliness, I finally... But I'll tell you the rest later, my child. The turnip face is back.
You must be the Scholar's Imp, aren't you?
No, I'm a Capercaillie. A Capercaillie, and you won't catch me.
Do you know where his cave is?
Do I? Do I?
Oh, good. Where is it?
I'm not telling. I'm not a snitch.
And all will be well when we've found the fairy scholar?
I hope so.
His research might help me use magic without pain. Then I could grant your every wish.
At least that's what the fairy tales say. Perhaps the explorer can show you a way back into your world too. You'd be safe there.
Stop that. I'll turn back at once if you don't. I'm not going back to my world.
What's so horrible about your home?
Is the fairy scholar human, perchance?
You're trying to deflect.
You are trying to deflect.
Very well then, keep your secret to yourself. Where has the raven gone anyway?
I hope nothing bad happened to him.
If it were up to me, he shouldn't even bother coming back.
But he's helped us many times.
Did he? I just keep hearing him making snide comments.
He warned us about the sad fairies.
Well, yes, that one time.
When he helped us with the orcs as well. In addition...
Yes, all right, he's welcome to come back. I'll have a further look around.
Now she can come with us.
I'm not risking my life for a plant. The rock is bleeding colour. Hey!
You don't make friends easily, do you?
You said it. Wise Master, are you here?
The Lily Queen. The Summerling. Oh no, we'll have to free him.
I'm sure he's all right.
Ugh.
Stabbing, cutting, or scratching can't be done here.
What's he doing there?
I'm only looking.
Good. Because this is my favorite stone.
Come on, show us the way to the cave.
No, I'm busy. Ah! Nasty little.
Why, that was quite a splash.
You've ruined my pipeweed. It's all wet. Wet, wet, wet.
And you're bald too.
What? A bald head? Where is my hat? My hat?
Well, imp? I caught you, so you'd better take us to the fairy scholar now.
Am I supposed to wander the world without a hat on my head? I want a new one.
Where am I supposed to get a new hat?
A new weed for the pipe. I'm demanding that too.
Looks like the ceremonial baggy cap of the royal huntsman. Here's a hat for you, decorated and all.
This reeks of horse drool. But it has some nice thingamajiggies on the rim. Even better looking than the old one.
Do you want this pipeweed?
Yes, yes. I'm not choosy in that respect. The most important thing is that it stings in the throat.
There, now you have what you wanted.
Just one more thing.
No, by all 12, not one thing more.
You don't have a sense of humor, do you? Well then, listen carefully. 70 paces towards where the thistles have no heads. 21 paces towards where the sunbeams are bent in a circle. 9 paces towards where the mushrooms have wings. There you'll find my friend in a hidden cave. As long as he's not down in the maze near his fairy artifact, that is.
That's easy. Come on, Geron.
What?
That was easy. But there's nobody here.
Damn, that imp duped us.
Wait, didn't he say the fairy scholar is examining an artifact deep down in the mountain?
That's right. So we'll have to go looking for him there. But without a map of the cave system, we'll never be able to find him. Only charcoal and ashes left. The explorer doesn't seem to have been here for days. that supposed to depict?
Turn it around.
There's nothing on the back.
No, I meant the other way.
What other way?
Oh, you have no sense for art at all. What's that supposed to be?
It shows statues with swords. Perhaps a piece of art.
What is this?
There's something written on this one that I can't decipher. Obscure symbols, scrawls. I can't make heads or tails of this.
We have to free the Summerling.
I can't reach it.
You must free him. Do you always have to break things?
You wanted me to set it free.
But not like that. Things shouldn't be broken.
It's just a jar.
Yes, just a jar. But at some point everything will fall apart. And everything will be dark and grey.
Why don't you fix it then?
This is the last time I'm doing this for you.
That's what you said the day before yesterday.
Why, that's not a vase. Oh, look!
Doesn't work. If the numbers on the stone tablet are right, the fairy artifact must be there. I think I know where the explorer is now.
That's taking too much time. Come on, let's ask the imp.
Wait!
Oh no!
What's wrong?
There are orcs down at the lake.
Damn! They must have followed our tracks. We should hurry up. Well, to get to the fairy artifact, we have to go right first. Then straight on. Then left once? No, twice left. Then 3 times straight ahead. Can you remember that?
Left, right, straight on.
I think we better copy the directions down. I'll just draw the map on the backside.
Garen, you have to promise that the explorer won't send me home.
All right, I promise. Come on, I know where we have to go now. All hail the 12. Are you the fairy scholar?
By Faburon's crown and Farendel's fingerweb, a fairy, in flesh and blood. Let me have a look at you, glistening maiden. What portal have you come through? Which world do you belong to? No, don't tell me. Tall and without wings, not a Ladifari. And no creek or tree on you, so neither a nymph nor a dryad.
I am Nuri Dari Nelavanda. Can you help me so that I can use magic again, without any pain and loss?
An inquisitive fairy. Wait, I have to focus my mind.
I want to stay in this world and wander free like the raven and live through adventures with Geron. Can you help me?
Only 3 times am I allowed to err.
Master Fairy Scholar?
Oh, another... Oh, a human.
My name is Geron. We've come to seek your counsel. You are the fairy scholar, right?
Giacomo Nauta, Sage of the Spheres, Temporal Analyst, and Fairy Scholar. That hits the nail on the head, I should say. But just one moment, young man. Please do not touch those fairy crystals, Nuridaran Elevanda. Interference, you know. Where were we, my boy?
Fairy crystals?
Nuri can't use magic in this world.
Don't touch under any circumstances.
Whoops!
Save yourselves!
Ah!